Let's start with the first talk. We are going to have 4 talks today. The first talk is going to be by Sri Amit Mehta, and he shall be talking about the coins of Bharuch. He shall be outlining, the various rules that Bharuch went under, starting from the Nawabs and going right up to the East India Company. Let's call Sri Amit Mehta and let's start the talk. Please.
Thank you, Govinda, for the opportunity to present this talk. It's a subject which is not much researched or not much written about, especially the early coinage of the Nawabs of Baruch. Not many people were actually aware of the fact that there was a small dynasty which ruled Baruch for about 30-36 years. And there were about 5 Nawabs who ruled in that period, and it also included a short 3-year period in which there was no one on the throne. There was a war of succession between the heirs, and for 3 years in between there was no rulers. So in that 36 years also there was a short break. We've been seeing that most of the coins that we find are attributed to just one ruler, that's Ibn. Whereas we have coins from number of rulers. I think you have to go back. The list of rulers is there. No. Go ahead. Then one ahead. Yeah. Abdullah Beg, known on the throne as Nek Alam Khan. Mirza Beg was his son, Nek Alam Khan II. Mughal Beg was Abdullah Beg's son, but he was on the throne for a few months. And unfortunately, no coins with that date have yet been found. On his death, there was a war of succession because they were now the grandsons of Nek Alam Khan. So there was nobody to take the throne. It was with the intervention of a saint in Surat who had to intervene and sort out the issues when Nek Alam Khan was then appointed to the throne. And Idamud-Dawla was the last of the lot. The other rulers, the other authorities that ruled over were the British, who after a lot of what we could say is interference in the affairs of the Nawabs, finally managed to wrest control from the Nawab after defeating him through treachery. And then after that, after 10 years or so, with the Treaty of Salbai, the control of Baruch was handed over to the Sindhyas, which again reverted back to the British after 10 years. The Baruch mint, as per record, seems to have worked till 1814, but the record of coins is available only up to 1806. No coins between 1806 and 1814 are known. No copper coins have yet been found of this era except the British period, which apparently is the period after this. I have got them around here, but it is the British era after the mint was officially closed for minting silver. Mint records say rupees, half rupees and quarter rupees were minted, but these are the British records. However, I have not come across any quarter rupees. Half rupees and rupees of all Nawab rulers are known. So, this is it. Can you go to that map? Now, it is normally said that the British knew Baruch as brooch, but these are the maps of those times which clearly indicate Baruch as Baruch. It does not have an H, but otherwise it in the map also indicated as Baruch. And this is a map. It shows these are the mints of the Mughal emperors. Of course, no coin of the actual Mughal period are known for Baruch. East India Company records indicate that the permission was taken by the first ruler when he ascended the throne, and it was the first year of Ahmad Shah Bahadur, 1161, when the permission was granted. But actually, the mint seems to have, and it's recorded in the Gazette here that for the initial few years the mint did not produce much. So whether it did produce or not is also a question. But the first coin that I have been able to find out was the coin dated 1164, one more. Nekalam Khan in the name of Ahmad Shah Bahadur. Now I have been able to decipher these coins based on dates. Here you can see the 4. This is the 4, and on this side there is a part of what looks like a 4, 1164 4, which would date it to the time Nek Alam Khan was on the throne, and the coin is clearly Ahmad Shah Bahadur, as you can see from that side. So these are the coins. Only one dated coin is known, no other dates of this rule are known, and the mark seems to change either with year or with the ruler. In some cases it is with the ruler, some cases it is with the date, in some ruler's case. So, but that is the only way we can decipher these coins, because in most cases again you don't have either the mint name or the ruler's name or the dates. Most coins of Bharuch don't show those. The early coins definitely do, but then the later ones just don't show the date. Mughal Beg, as I said, he ruled for a very short period, and no coins of this ruler are known as yet, because it was only 2-3 months. Nek Nam Khan in the name of Alamgir II, clearly date 1172. Here you can see RY4, and you can see the mint mark or whatever you call it in the scene of the Julus is like a coconut tree or something, fairly different from what you have in the earlier reign. These are the other coins, all of them deciphered based on this symbol. This is again 4, this one has no date, this is again 4, this one has RY5, same date, 1172 RY5. Now these dates do not match, but one calculation that I made says that this could be the RY of the local ruler, because both 4 and 5 of this ruler coincide with this date of 1172. So it is possible, unless more examples are known of the other dates, it cannot be said conclusively whether it is so. Amongst the most rare coins of Baruch, a coin in the name of Shahjahan III, with the mint name Baruch clearly seen, and a flower, I mean, very similar to what you see on Surat coin, but fairly different. Now, when you don't have the mint name on these coins, you could easily mistake these coins for Surat coins, and that seems to be what is happening, that you can't distinguish between Surat and Baruch. So this is a coin of Shahjahan III and Neknam. These are coins of Neknam Khan in the name of Shah Alam II. Can you bring that slide back? There was another point which I missed. You see the RY2. Now Shahjahan III did not rule for more than 1 year. But besides this, I have even Surat coins which are dated RY2. And again, it's my own postulation, it could be wrong, but it appears that till the next ruler was actually recognized by the local authorities, they continued minting the coins in the name of the previous Mughal ruler. Like we have that in case of Ahmedabad mint coins of the Marathas, we don't have coins in the name of Muhammad Akbar in the first 4 years of his reign. But we have coins in the name of Shah Alam going up 3-4 years beyond his last reigning year. So that means those coins would have been minted in the name of, I mean the next, but not knowing for sure who would be actually recognized to the throne. It is possible that they continued minting the coins with the RYs of the previous ruler. So here again, this coin does not show any date, but this symbol is different. The coin is in the name of Shah Alam, that is for sure, and that is why I have put it, because there are following coins. You went too fast. Yeah, see the same symbol, it shows some RY, but I am not able to make out what it is. So, but it has a symbol which is very similar to that. This one has RY2, which is a symbol almost similar but different. RY7, again very similar but a little different. RY8, again very similar but a little difference from the other ones. Again same, a little different. One is very clear, so it could be 1x, and his RY would go up to around 12 in the reign of Shah Alam 2. So it could be 11, 10, 11 or 12. So these are all the coins. Itimat Dollar. I have not been able to find any coin which is dated of this reign. But since the flower is very different from all the other flowers, I have taken the liberty to classify it today as Itimat Dollar, because a number of such coins are available. Just turn so you can see. All of them have the same type of flower, which again is very similar to what you see in Surat and in Bombay also. But here the mint name in all these coins is very clear, it is Baruch and not Bombay or Surat. These are the coins. Next have Shah Alam 2 in. The cross was introduced by the British, the Thomas Cross cross. This coin RY2, so it has to be RY2X, and RY2X could take this to Shah Alam 2 or during the Sindhya period. It's not perfectly clear, but more or less the type of the cross that we have here would point that it's a British issue. The Sindhya coins, again classified by being based either on the RY3, because RY3 cannot be the British regime. The complete RY3X series is in the name of the Sindhyas. You see this cross. You see the. Seem to have missed that. There are 2-3 different types of crosses, but they are all different from what the British cross is, and that is why I have classified them as. Yeah, here please. See this cross. Again, very different from what you have in the British cross. The only clearly dated coin, and this is not my coin, this is Jan Lincoln's coin on Zeno. But it's a Nazrana, clearly dated, retro 1212, RY3X, and see the cross. Again, based on the cross, I have put it as a British coin, but it could be because there is no date on the coin, you cannot be sure what it is. The copper coins. Now, this coin has been listed in the South Asian catalogs as a coin of Itimat Dollar and giving the date as 1187 or 1176. Whereas I have in my collection about 6 or 7 coins, and putting them together, I have found coins with 187, some with 876, some with 76, but all the coins have a same type of date, and it is fairly clear that this date is 1876, which would be a Samvat date, because you can see the Sana. And the complete mint name, when you make out from different coins, is Jilla Baruch. Now, Jilla Baruch would not be at the time of the Nawabs. This date brings it to the time when you had a lot of Kacha Paisa eruption in the area, 1820. But is also the date which Paul Stevens says that the local authorities facing severe shortage of coppers had requested the Bombay Presidency to allow them to issue coins. They were permitted to issue coins, and the first batch after being minted was sent to Bombay for approval. The whole batch was rejected by the mint master in Bombay, saying that they are wretched in the extreme. I mean, into inverted commas, these are the words that have been quoted by Paul Stevens. So the further issue was not permitted. 3-4 years down the line, again they requested permission. This time again it was given with the saying that the coin should be of a better quality. So then they struck coins which have a bell mark on both sides, substantially better than the previous issues. In the meantime, for that 3-4 years gap, they had shipped coins from Bancourt to Baruch for use. So the Bancourt coppers were used in Baruch in the intervening period. This is the same coin but overstruck under Baroda, because at that time sometimes or quite often territories were changed. The British gave some territory, took some territory, exchanged territories, looking at the revenue figures and values. And number of coins with the similar this thing of Sayaji have been found. So it appears that maybe a certain part of Baruch was handed over to the Gaikwads, and these were the coins that were issued during, they have been not issued, but they were counterstamped at that time to compensate for the shortage. Thank you.